Well, good morning. Today is Saturday, the 26th of October. Boy, oh boy, that's getting close. I guess Halloween is next week. Anyway, just going down south here, down the Tennessee Tom Bigby Waterway. Up here, everybody pretty well calls it the 10 Tom. So it's where the Tennessee River joins into the Tom Bigby Waterway, which is man-made for the most part. And it was primarily put in to get coal up and down the inside of the states, the interior of the U.S., without having to go to the Mississippi River, which is way over to the west of here. So heading along, we're getting pretty good time. Batteries at 41%, give or take a little bit. Making 2 to 2.5 kilowatts of solar power. And the nice thing here is it's between about 3.5 knots over water and just over 4 knots over ground. So getting about a half a knot push of the current here in this waterway, which is really nice. Can get a lot further along and do easily 30 nautical miles in a day without having to cut down the batteries too much. Use only really 30 to 40% of the battery with that, and then you add on some sun, so it gets to be pretty good. So I get along that way. So the big project coming up is I was in Fulton, and there's a town nearby that's a metal supplier. So I bought this aluminum angle iron, which is 14 feet long, 2 of them. So I got to drill holes in it to mount it. And what I'm going to do is take them and bolt them on to the bottom of the solar panels right along this ridge. So that'll help support this bar, and more importantly, distribute the weight a lot better from the main support bar and the actuator. And then if it's stable enough, then I can get rid of that rear support, because it adds a lot of weight and it's just a pain in the way. Every time I got to go up and down with it, I got to take that off. The one up here is a little easier. So once I get those bolted on all the way across there, that will help stabilize it. It'll add a slight amount of weight, but to stabilize it, I think, is way more important. I'm going to add a bunch of screws on the top as well, where they hinge onto the main structure for the sunroom, the sun deck, and that will then make sure that that doesn't pull off, because that would be bad. So I'm going to add a bunch of screws there as well. So when I get to the next marina, Kingfisher Marina, it's 3.5 days or so from here, then I'm going to do that while I'm there. I got some packages arriving, and after that, between here and there, there's really nothing. There's no marinas that I know of. And further down from here, after Kingfisher, till you get to Mobile, Alabama, there's not much either. So I'm still in Mississippi, I think. I might have crossed the border already. I don't know for sure. So once I get off Mississippi, then of course the next state is Alabama. And then after Alabama and the Gulf of Mexico, and then of course Florida, which is the goal. So I'll get there in about 3 weeks or so, I guess. I'm not sure yet. When we get there, I get there. So it's beautiful coming down here today, beautifully calm. The weather has been hot. So in the middle of the afternoon until the sun goes down to 6 o'clock here now, it's 30 degrees plus. So it's quite warm, so 90-ish Fahrenheit. And it's getting really warm, but it does cool off every night. So it gets down into the teens each night, so that's really comfortable. One suggestion that I got from someone was to start putting the camera sideways like this. The problem with that is holding it on this angle. I got to play with that a little bit, and then I can move this inset where I'm sitting in a little bit too, so we'll see. Anyways, I'll play with that a little bit. I think I prefer to have it vertical, but we'll keep playing with it. So that's it for now. Nothing new and exciting, just all that, just getting further south all the time, and looking forward to hitting the salt water of Florida.